Okay, hopefully this works again. Let's see. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Casey. How are you?
I'm good, love. How are you?
I'm good. I was having a little bit of issue before. I was doing the show and my speaker wasn't picking up, so I was talking for a half hour and I was like, oh fuck, I have to get it, and I just fixed it just in time for you to call in.
Isn't that not the way things go? I mean...
Oh God, I know, it's crazy. And then on top of it, Cupcake is stuck at work, and I was going to have Sir Lorenzo call into his number, and then I was like, okay, well, I messaged him to let him know that he was stuck at work, so have you call first, and then he can call after.
Right, yes.
Okay.
You did tell me that. So, and it's so funny because I had taken a nap, and so I said to him, I'm going to call you early so we can talk it through. Literally within minutes of me calling him, he was like, okay, wait, we're getting instructions. I was like, perfect.
Oh, so have you been? How's life since Exotica? Are you going to DC?
I am definitely going to DC. I was just telling my mother today that I'm like, I need an opportunity to have just silence. Like, I need a moment where I'm by myself, not having to do anything. So I'm like, I'm not decompressing. I'm sleeping, but I'm not resting.
Right.
Between, Casey Carter stuff and day job, government, stuff. Like,
right.
I'm not getting the mental, spiritual, physical break that I need.
Right.
So I'm like, I gotta find a moment. Like, and I'm not even talking like a few hours. Like, I need like a couple days.
You need like a week.
Well, yes, a week would be ideal. But yeah, that's the only thing. Like, it's funny because I'm really enjoying myself, but I know I'm not resting properly.
Right.
I'm not, recharging, rejuvenating, whatever word you want to use. I'm not doing it properly. I'm just not. So.
Right. That's crazy. So I was telling, I don't know, I may have to piece together the two shows, because like I said, I noticed my microphone was messed up, and I was like, but I was saying that you are an erotic author, award-winning erotic author, actually.
Why, yes, I am, and I'm having to remind myself now. But yes, so I was nominated for ASN Lifestyle Magazine's, adult lifestyle. I forget. Wait, hold on.
I know ASN. Actually, Cupcake and I used to do our show on their network.
Okay.
Yeah, so we know Mike and Sherry very well, actually.
I'm trying to see where's the... Okay, so here it is. Best Lifestyle Adult Industry Erotic Writer. And it's sitting on my dresser. I look at it every day. So...
Oh. So where can people... what do you write? You write erotic stories, or do you write, lifestyle stuff?
I write erotic short stories.
Oh.
And I very specifically chose short stories based on my experience of riding the commuter train from Connecticut into Grand Central.
Oh.
I tried to write stories that could be read within my non-stop trip.
Right.
Which is anywhere from 50 to 65 minutes, depending upon which express train I'm on.
Right.
So, and if it's not complete in the ride down there, it would be complete in the ride back. So I was riding from Stamford, Connecticut into Grand Central. It started as something I did as I was going through my separation and ultimately my divorce.
Mm.
It was a way of kind of releasing energy and releasing what I was experiencing, in that moment. And initially it was just something I just did for me. And then I started sharing it with some friends of mine, and they were like, no, you should publish that. And I was like, no, this is,
right.
therapy. It's just therapy. And I think what did it is that I got the biggest encouragement from my male friends. Now, we know men write, but men don't always read because they're more visual.
Right.
And so I kind of took the fact that they were like, no, you should put that out there. I kind of took that as the last bit of encouragement I needed to just sort of go for it.
Right.
And it was never something I was like, I wasn't trying to be a New York Times bestseller. I wasn't even trying to be award winning. I was literally just wanting to get my voice out there. And so I did, and discovered, oh wait, I can't market this stuff publicly. Like, I gotta hide what I do. I'm like, oh no, that's not gonna work. and I learned about the Twitter, Periscope at the time.
Yeah, I remember Periscope. I used to do it. I'm mad they took that stuff down.
Well, you can still do it, because Twitter, Periscope was a part of Twitter. So
right.
Even though Periscope was gone, you still can do the whole live thing. But I started Casey at Night to promote my work, because I'm like, okay, these little Facebook groups and book clubs, I'm not getting anywhere with any of that. Right. So I started Casey at Night, and I started reading bits and pieces of my story on Casey at Night. And then I started reading bits and pieces of other people's story, because, I'm like, I like to write about certain things, and other people like to write about certain things, and this would kind of touch all of these various audiences by reading everything I could get my hands on. And so that worked really, really well. And what happened was, people would hear about things, and they're like, well, what's that? Talk about that. How do I get my partner to do that? And Casey at Night sort of evolved into discussion about kink and BDSM, based on these stories that I was reading. So, it's the writing has definitely been a really great experience, and it's taken me to places that I probably would not have gotten there as quickly, or have been, my name would not have moved through the atmosphere as fast if it had not been for the writing.
So you basically wrote erotic stories, and you got them published, right?
Yes, they are available on Amazon.
Oh.
And I self-published, because, who wants to get a million rejection letters? So.
Right. Oh, now what? Can you explain to some of our listeners? Now, you do fetish stuff also. You a dominatrix, or are you a fetish model, or what do you do in the?
I refer to myself as a dominant, not specifically a dominatrix, but specifically a dominant.
Okay.
Because I don't, even though I've been introduced as a pro dom, I don't put myself out there as a pro dom.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. So, however, I am an absolute sadist.
Oh.
And I have a love for pervertibles. We're all familiar with the tricks of the trade, or the tools of the trade, rather. Your floggers, and your paddles, and your whips, and your dragon tail this, and your riding crop that. I developed a love for things that lay around the house that can provide the same type of stimulation.
Gotcha.
So one of the things I've become absolutely obsessed with is clothespins.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah, clothespins. I love a zipper, and I recently had the opportunity to demonstrate that at an event here in Atlanta. And I initially put it out on video, and when I got to the event, within like a few days later, folks were like, "Yeah, that clothespin thing, yeah, like yeah, and that was I did that same demonstration live, and looking at people's face, they're kind of like still trying to wrap their mind around the whole clothespins and a ribbon.
Yeah. One time I did a zip line and I used rope. I put rope, and this was the best. I put rope and a submissive who lives in Georgia, who I used to train on this online Dom thing years ago, and I asked him to do a zip line for me. But what he did was he put it to a fan motor. So he flipped the switch and actually took a video of himself, and he was screaming. But you know what? He did a really good job. And I had said to him, I said, "Gordon, why would you put it to a fan motor?" He goes, "Mistress, I wanted to really feel what it felt if it was like propelled, like it was hilarious."
I'm sure he felt it.
Oh, he felt it. He screamed, and his wife was in the other room, and she knew that I was training him because she wasn't a dominant, but she knew that he needed like some sort of direction in his life. So she allowed him to converse with me through telephone and webcam, and because he lived in Georgia, but I knew him from this femdom site that we were all on, like myself and a bunch of other dominants were on. So he actually did a whole bunch of these nutty things.
Wow.
And then I figured out he was a masochist, right?
Right.
I mean, but the zip line is great. I totally agree with you. It's great when you get to stand there and pull the rope.
Oh my God. I mean, because after we did this demo, and I know the young lady well. She's done performances for me. I invited her as a dinner guest one time, so I know her well.
Right.
And so I said to her, we're going to do this in advance of the event because I want you to know what this is going to feel like so that you're ready. And we had done these breathing exercises because I'm like, I don't want you focused on that pain. I need you focused on me. And we were doing all of these things. And so after the demonstration, I'm like, I had to go somewhere and like work off this energy. Like I had to release the energy because I was so amped up after the demo. And it was a quick demo, but it was just that she and I had been building up to this moment. And so it was good. It was really, really good. I enjoyed doing it with her, I think, because we have known each other now for a couple years. And when I was asked to do the demo, she had literally just maybe a week or two before asked me if I would do content with her.
Right.
So it was, it was kind of a mutual, yes, I'll work with you. Yes, I'll work with you. So that was really, 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 really good. And then prior to COVID, I spent all of 2019 doing pervertibles demonstrations at Exotica, at FetCon, at Sex Down South in Jacksonville. And I got this suggestion from Sunny Megatron. She's like, have you ever used...
Oh, I know her.
Well, she says, have you ever... Like, I did an interview with her and her husband. She's like, have you ever used Twizzler? And I was like, no. She's like, try it. Well, I included Twizzlers as the main part of my demonstration. I love the reaction when I, say, hey, we're going to do a demo with Twizzlers, with licorice, basically.
I used to make floggers out of string licorice.
See? Exactly. So imagine people's reaction to being whipped with this candy that they are used to eating and seeing the marks it leaves and the sting and the bite. And I brought in 3 different types of licorice and talked about how each one has going to have a different sensation. And every demonstration that we did, and I personally didn't do the demos. I would have people come up from the audience and actually do the demonstration.